You know what? You're wasting your time. Why don't you just go back to your old life? It's obviously where you are most comfortable.
Whatever you say, Whitney. Fine. You want me gone? I'll be out here first thing tomorrow.
Once the wedding takes place, we can turn all our attention back to the Sheridan-Louise debacle. It's more imperative than ever that we get Louise off the grounds.
We've already been through this, Bob.
Don't interrupt. If we allow him to stay in close proximity to Sheridan, it won't be long before he's back in the main house, rummaging in God knows what. You aren't still keeping that mask in your desk drawer, are you?
Yes. Let's hear it. But I assure you, my drawer's always locked when I'm out. Louise and Sheridan are never going to know what we did.
You'd better hope not. Sheridan's belief that Louise was using her is the only thing keeping them apart.
I repeat, Father, you just have to trust me. We have about as much to worry about with Louise and Sheridan as we do with Ethan and Gwen's marriage.
Well, I am sorry that Teresa feels bad. I'm glad she brought me down to earth. Here I was criticizing her for falling for some rich guy, and I was doing the exact same thing with Sheridan. It's a big mistake. I'm not gonna make it again.
You don't fool me, Luis. I know you're hurting.
Yeah. What's that saying? No pain, no gain. How could I have forgotten that Sheridan blew me off a few months back? For no good reason. She acted like I did something terrible to her, but I'll be damned if I ever figured out what it was.
I know you've asked her.
At least a dozen times. But she never had the decency to tell me what it was I did wrong. Guess I'll go to the grave not knowing what it was.
I take it you got close to her again tonight.
Like we were always meant to be together. She gets to me. But I'm not going to let her burn me again.
Well, I'm relieved. As much as I love Sheridan, no good could come of you being involved with the Crane.
Exactly. And that's why I'm so happy that Teresa got over that stupid crush on Ethan Crane.
What are you doing?
Putting some fresh sheets on the sofa for Louise.
Where do you think Louise is coming back tonight?
In a moment now. Maybe you better get out of here.
Sheridan, I'm not afraid of Louise.
I know, but it's been a long day, and the last thing that any of us need is a blow-up.
Thanks for being a good listener. There's nobody else I could talk to about this stuff.
Anytime, but I don't know what help I was to you. I mean, you've already made up your mind about Gwen and Teresa.
Well, still, it means a lot to me that you're on my side.
It goes both ways, you know.
Does it?
Of course.
Then you won't mind if I stick my nose where you might not want it?
Would it stop you if I said yes?
Probably not. It's just that I'm glad you and Louise had a breakthrough tonight.
So am I.
Only I can't help but remember this isn't the first time you felt this way about him. I mean, the last time you opened up to him, he wound up breaking your heart. I'll never forget the look on your face that night when you heard Louise talking to someone down at the wharf.
Cranes have used and abused my family for years. Now I finally got a chance to use one of them. A spoiled princess, Sheridan.
And you were so hurt by his betrayal that you ran off to Paris to get away from him.
I can't believe I've pushed that out of my mind. Luis and I went through so much together. I was really feeling close to him. It's been so long since I've thought about what happened on the wharf that night.
Well, Sheridan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw cold water on your feelings for Louise. It's just, I don't want you to get hurt again.
I'm glad that you reminded me. And I trusted him then, too. Who's to say it wouldn't happen all over again? Here I am making his bed for him. Have you ever seen such a fool?
Hey guys, I'm headed up to bed, okay?
Good night.
Kay, if you happen to run into that girl, Tiffany, would you mind telling her to call me, so I can do anything I can to help, you know?
Sure. What's Chad doing in the living room?
Oh, I don't know. And I don't really care. Good night.
Who's Tiffany? I don't know what he's talking about.
Ethan, I'll be fine.
Sure. The last thing I wanted was to upset you.
It's better that I'm jolted back to reality now than later. I've handed the rest of my heart. I need a wake-up call.
You'll find someone who deserves you, Sheridan.
See. Not as hard as I thought I had. At least one of us from Levin Lopez Fitzgerald family.
See, that's why I'm so glad that Teresa's found herself a nice new boyfriend. Now she won't have to make the same mistakes that I have.
Let us hope not.
Well, if you say he's a good guy, I'm sure he is. I just want to meet him before it goes any further.
Well, if you're hell-bent on telling Luis, let me do it.
That's really sweet. But I have to tell Luis about Ethan in my own words.
But you know he's gonna go insane.
I'll handle it. Ethan and I. And if you can be brave enough to break news to Gwen, at least I can do it with my own big brother.
I'm worried for you, Teresa.
Don't be. I was right all along about Ethan loving me, and I am right that I will get through this. After tomorrow, nothing will keep us apart.